The Vikings turning up the intensity today at TCO Performance Center for their first fully padded practice of training camp.
Yeah, Fox 9 Sports Director Jim Rich is live in Eagan for us tonight. So, Jim, first of all, we've got Jim on the 14s. I hope that's okay with you.
I like that. I like that.
How's the team looking, and I guess what's the storyline today?
The storyline is they're finally playing football. We're through with the organized team activities. Mike Tice always used to say, guys look great in shorts, but when you put the pads on, things change, and that's exactly what the Vikings and Coach Kevin O'Connell wanted to see here today. He wanted to see how his team would perform once they start putting the pads on, and that's exactly what happened. The guys putting on the equipment for the first time since their final game of last season, so it's been a long time, but they took to the practice fields today, and they were pretty excited about getting out there, especially the guys on the defensive side. And Pete Bursich, who was on with us last night on Sports Now, said, "You watch tomorrow, Jim. The defense will have the upper hand," and they did today. They put a little pop on their offensive opponents, and they had fun doing it. And I spoke to some of the players about what it's like when you finally get to put the pads back on, and for some, it's almost like Christmas morning.
Football's meant to be played in pads, and you know, that physicality that Flo always talks about, and what our defense is, what the standard is here. And you know, it's hard to do it without pads. You know, you're kind of getting the right fit. You're kind of you know, you're still playing fast. You're still getting those first two steps in the ground, and but when you put the pads on, that's when real football comes to play.
A little more to it now, like you said, that the pads are coming on. A little more feel to the game. You know, we haven't put the pads on in a while since the season ended, so it's going to be good to get back in the pads and feel it a little bit.
This is the day the pads come on. Is this when football begins?
Yes, football actually starts today. You know, everything you work towards in the off season, you know, you finally get to show it, you know, with no remorse. You know, you don't feel bad about it now. Yeah, we're excited, you know, especially defensively. You know, a lot of stuff without the pads is, you know, more catered towards the offense. So, you know, now we can finally show our physicality on tape.
Yes, they got to show their physicality on tape, and Josh said we can show the bite that we have, because he says when there's no pads, you know, we can't throw people to the ground. The offense gets a little chippy, a little chirpy. We settled that real quickly today.
Yeah. Well, the question is, which quarterback will they get chippy and chirpy with? That's still the big question coming out of training camp. Any movement on that, Jimmy?
No movement on that today, and the quarterbacks had a rougher time of it today because the defense could get physical. Now, if they were allowed to sack the quarterback, there probably would have been several of those. Both J.J. McCarthy and Kyler Murray were under pressure from that defensive line, and also the receivers had to go through the chips that the secondary could put in, so that threw off some timing. There was one great play. Kyler Murray avoided the rush, rolled out, and hit Justin Jefferson, who dove on the sideline, made a fantastic grab. But overall, you know, it's just another step in the process. There was no breakthrough moment today where either quarterback leapt ahead of the other one.
There'll be a lot of that in the next for the next few weeks, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We'll talk about it every single day we're here. Kind of like weather on the nines, you know? It's like, oh, geez, it's the nines again already.
Oh, and look at the time. You're right, Jimmy.
Yeah, look at that. Look at the time. I got to go. But I do have to tell you, the Twins made a trade. They got Jeff Hoffman from Toronto. He's been their closer for the last couple of years. This is a big get. This is a guy that can be that tail-end guy for the Twins. They give up 3 prospects. One of them's pretty good. They're 7th overall. Hill, a pitcher, is supposed to be pretty good. But you got to give up something to get something. And the Twins now have picked up another reliever, and this guy should be the new closer moving forward.
All right. Big news for the Twins.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jim. Enjoy the banter with the team today, too.
All righty. Weather on the nines.
That's
Get to
right.
it.
I know. You're done.
All right.